Morning, Javon Pera here, and today we're going to be talking about how out of nothing comes everything. My whiteboard isn't affixed to the wall yet. So, interesting process here. Take the planet. So you got a planet Earth, and if you chunk it down, there are parts that make up the planet, right? So there's countless parts. But let's talk about life form, and we got one part of that is a person. We'll say man or woman, easy to spell, M-A-N. So you got a man, so you chunk that down into even a smaller part. What makes up a man? Well, cells. So you got a cell, a bunch of cells put together make a man, a bunch of people make life on a planet, among other lives, of course. But chunk the cell down, what do you got there? Well, you got the atoms. But if you chunk the atoms down, little parts of the atom, what makes up the atom? Well, if you go small enough, you got quarks, and if you go into what even makes up the quarks, or the parts of the atom, the science currently ends up with nothing. Nothing. It's pretty interesting. They're like, there's nothing there. Like if you look, the waves, which is nothingness, it's not physical matter, it's not a particle, are actually not, they're only potential, which is crazy. The parts that make up who we are is just potential energy, and they see that if we observe it, then the potential waves become physical, a particle, but until you observe it, it's not physical at all, it's still wave. And so we're energy. So here's the thing today. Out of nothing comes everything. Out of nothing comes everything. Out of nothing comes everything. So if you think about this, there's some of the newest research has discovered, or they say it's discovered, the Higgs boson field. And this is basically what this scientist, last name Higgs, has discovered is there's a field that permeates the universe, and it's an energetic field. And this field of energy is there even in the void. So they say that space is a void, there's nothing out there, but yet this field fills up the void, meaning that it's not a void, there's something there, this energetic field. And they think that everything that exists, the energy that creates the very building blocks of atoms, which creates the building blocks for cells, which creates the building blocks for people, which creates the building blocks, right, and so on, that very, very thing that starts it all is this energetic field. And out of the field comes all the stuff. But the field, what we perceive this field of, is nothing. It's the space, it's the silence that we think is nothingness. But that's the very thing, that's the source of all that, of really the power. And the reason it's a source of power is it's the potential. Anything can come from it. And what they found is this field is movable and usable. And the way that we really tap into it is by how we feel and what we focus on. And so you can literally create stuff out of nothing by depending on your focus and depending on how you're feeling, which creates different kind of vibrations, which changes the field. Isn't this very interesting? So look up the God particles, what they call it, the Higgs boson particle, talking about this field that permeates everything. Or just start feeling good at all cost. Start focusing on what you want. Start be thankful for where you're at exactly as it is, and being kind to somebody. What'll happen is you'll change the field, and more of that stuff starts to happening. You change the world. It's kind of cool.